Hi, how is everybody doing? I hope you liked my earlier video. Based on my earlier video, actually few people called me and they actually told me like how the concept is clear to them, and they asked me a few more questions about it, about the inner blueprint. Few people called me and they said that they liked it, but they have some questions also. So based on their questions, what I understood is, in any subject, whether it is a simple computer programming or even something related to spirituality, in any subject and every subject, the truth is one. There is only one truth. But what some people they think that they understood the truth is somewhere coming close to it and but missing the whole point. Imagine it is something like in a pond you try to catch a fish, a small fish. The fish will escape through the gaps of between the fingers. Like that, truth also evades you. So in the concept that I explained in the last video about the inner blueprint, actually one lady has sent a few comments, and based on that I will actually go one by one what she said. One of the things that she said is, she told me that she is working on her blueprint already. Before seeing my video itself, she is already working on her blueprint. Then I asked her, okay, that's good, but what do you do? How can you say that you are working on your blueprint? Oh, she said it's very simple. Like I tell everybody that I am wealthy. I tell everybody that I am wealthy. The moment I heard that, I thought I need to make this video and help her. And many people may be under the same impression. See, she's saying, she is telling others that she is wealthy. Who actually tells others that they are wealthy? A person who is not wealthy. Do you think somebody like Elon Musk, he will go around and tell people that he is wealthy? No. The way he conducts himself, the way he stands, the way he shakes hand, intensity in his eyes, that itself speaks how wealthy he is. The moment you go out and tell people that you are wealthy, that means I'm very sorry to say that you are not wealthy. A true wealthy person never goes and tells I am wealthy. Only the person who is missing something in him or her, they go out and tell which they think they are missing. So what she was saying was, I keep telling people that I am wealthy, so that way I am working on my blueprint. No, that's not the way I explained earlier in my earlier video. Instead, if she can tell herself that she is wealthy, that is actually rewriting the blueprint. That is where I can consider that she is working on her blueprint. See, somehow you believed that you are this, you are that. Somehow you arrived at that conclusion by repeatedly telling you that is the basis on which a blueprint gets formed. If you want to change your blueprint, you need to tell yourself again and again and again. Please understand, in spirituality, suppose if you join in a monastery, okay, if you go to any monastery and ask them, meet the senior most monk who lives in that monastery and ask them how long you have been living here. He says 50 years or whatever it is. Then ask them, what is your daily routine? They say, we wake up at 3:45 in the morning. 4 o'clock we start our yoga. Then we shower and come back, do our ritual, and then after that they do their departmental work or whatever it is. They may have some, each one may be given some departments, and that's the way. But everybody, every day at 4 in the morning they come and do yoga, then they do some ritual or a puja. Ask him, how long you have been doing it? He says, last 50 years. 50 years he has been there. He might have joined as a young boy. Now he is a senior citizen. But every day he would have been doing the same ritual again and again and again. Because that is the way they are working towards enlightenment and working on their inner space towards enlightenment. In the same way, if you want to work towards your wealth, you need to do it every day. It is a constant effort. Whether you call it effort or whether you call it whatever you call it, but you have to do it every day. Consistency is the key. Just like how do you do it in spirituality, you have to do here also. So, coming back to her question, she said she is telling others. Instead, I will be very happy if she tells herself, I am wealthy. That is the way inner blueprint gets written and gets updated also. That is one part of her comment. Actually, she had written a lot. I actually going one by one. Then she also said one has to be in the right ecosystem with people. With the right ecosystem, with the right time. Suppose if you want to become an entrepreneur, be in the circle of entrepreneur. See, this also is true, but as a second step, not as the primary first step. Suppose, as I was very clearly explaining in the earlier video, suppose if your inner blueprint is here, where you are comfortable with all your friends, where you meet in the coffee shops and whatever it is, suddenly you meet somebody, a millionaire, you become very uncomfortable here. Okay? But you will become very uncomfortable. You come back to the place where you are comfortable. So you need to become comfortable. Sorry. You need to become comfortable where you are uncomfortable. You have to become uncomfortable where you have been comfortable. That is step number 2. Once again, I am telling you. This one, as I explained, it is not a thing that you practice. Suppose your friends are all $100,000 friends are there. You meet with them and play tennis and go to coffee shops and you have birthday parties and all those things. You are very comfortable with them, like how I explained earlier. Suddenly, how will you become uncomfortable with them and become comfortable with millionaire friends? No, it is not possible. It is artificial if you try to do it. The starting point is your inner space. You have to work on your inner space. The moment you start working, let us say if your inner space is $100,000 and you are working and you made it a quarter million dollars. Your inner space $250,000. The moment it starts working, you automatically feel uncomfortable with your current friends. You slowly start becoming comfortable with millionaires, with that kind of target that you are working. That has to happen organically, not by you forcing it, not by you doing it artificially. No, it won't work. The starting point is always here, because the problem is here, not in the ecosystem. The moment you upgrade here, you will be part of the new ecosystem, which happens automatically without you even realizing it. It happens so smoothly, so organically, seamlessly it will happen. And it has to happen like that. So that is the second point of her question. Then she says one more point. Anything one plans with the mind creates conflict True planning happens in a complete silent inner space. We need to work on achieving this silence within through meditation and spiritual practices. Please understand, your statement is a golden statement, 100% true for enlightenment. For spirituality, that statement is 100% true. Absolutely. But that has nothing to do with what we have been talking about, wealth building. Okay? So, there is, in the modern day spiritual circles, I keep hearing this expression again and again. Modern day spiritual circles, they say, oh, that's done by my mind. Oh, that's my mind. Okay, forget about it. No, don't take it seriously. That's my mind. Please understand, you and your mind are not two separate things. How can you say that is done by my mind? You are your mind. Some of your thoughts is your mind. You work according to your mind. Like people say that, oh, that's my mind. That means that's you. You cannot separate you from your mind. This is a real fallacy in the modern day spiritual circles. Thinking that their mind is something different, not to worry about it. And you see, anything one plans with the mind creates conflicts. Of course, mind is a conflict. Mind is set of your conflicts in mind. That's the way mind works. Absolutely true statement. But for spirituality and towards enlightenment, this statement is true. But when it comes to wealth building, you have to use your mind. You have to use your mind to build whatever you want to build. Please understand, mind is not your enemy. Mind is not a bad thing as many people are portraying it. For example, if you want to reach beyond mind, for that you have to go through mind. To achieve no mind state, you have to go through mind. Then what happens is, organically your mind loses the importance that we are giving it now. That is in the spiritual realm. But that point has nothing to do with wealth building. Please understand, every technique, every technology has its purpose, has its domain, and has its space. This statement is good in spiritual domain when you are working in the space of enlightenment. This statement has no relevance in wealth building. Okay, so don't bring this technology and try to apply it here. It won't work. It is actually a confusion that you are creating to yourself. That is true there. This is true here. Okay, so that's what I wanted to say. Then next, then I was also asking her, how she was talking about helping people and all, and then I asked her, if somebody comes with a blueprint that where he is in a low mood, because I explained very well in my earlier video, like if one is not upgrading and updating his inner blueprint, it leads to low mood and kind of not having enthusiasm in life. I asked her, because she is very deeply into spirituality, that's why I asked her, if somebody approaches you with this problem where he is not able to update and upgrade his inner space, that's why he is losing that interest and losing that enthusiasm in life, how will you help him? She said, oh, it's very simple. I will tell him to close his eyes and contemplate about who am I. Please, once again I am telling you, contemplating about who am I, trying to experience who am I, this is something which Ramana Maharshi popularized. He is the one who, if anybody goes to Ramana Maharshi with a spiritual question, he would say, go and sit and contemplate and find out it's not the contemplate is not the right word. Go and find out to whom this question has arisen. That is the way he used to tell his disciples. Imagine I am talking about you are not upgrading your inner blueprint, as I clearly explained in my earlier video, and losing interest in the life and profession, and getting into a stage where you are having that low mood and not having enthusiasm in life. When somebody comes like this, and if you tell him to find out who am I, does it really help it? See, inquiring about who am I is a perfect thing for enlightenment, and that takes time. We don't know how long. When somebody is sitting with a low mood, if you suggest something which you don't know when it is going to work, it will work, but it takes time. It is something like a overkill. Imagine couple of blocks away there is a coffee shop. I want to go to that coffee shop. Either I can walk, I can go by my bicycle, or I can drive my car. But imagine to go and to have my coffee, which is couple of blocks away, if I want to order a private jet for that. It is something like that. Who am I is a very good technique in terms when you are working towards enlightenment. Whereas when somebody is having a problem, unable to or not updating his blueprint, you can help him very quickly. Not that you have to help him very quickly, it has to be immediate. The moment you explain him, like how I explained in my earlier video. Why do you think all you people wrote to me and called me and talked to me after that? Because you logically understood. Yes, there is something in what I said in my earlier video. And when somebody comes to me with this low mood, if I clearly explain him, this is because you are not upgrading your inner blueprint, he will start working on that. That person, if I tell him close your eyes and contemplate about who am I, that is logically doesn't appeal to him. So that is why, once again I am telling you, these technologies are good for enlightenment, absolutely, but they won't work here. It is a overkill to suggest this kind of techniques. They are much simpler. Writing a blueprint is much simpler. I tell you, if you have really understood it, or if you take help from a coach, within 1 week you will start seeing difference in you. If it is not within 1 week or 10 days, something is not working right with you. You will start seeing difference in you. Because it's very immediate. It is not like a faraway thing. Then she is asking one more question. Does this blueprint affect other inner blueprints? Okay, does this blueprint affect other blueprints? Means, see, blueprint, I gave example as in terms of monetary basis, because it's very easy to understand. When you earn more money, it is not just adding zeros in your bank balance. So many things happen around you, the ecosystem or whatever it is. So many things will also happen inside you also. So it is not just the dollar amount. There are so many developments happen inside you. As you earn, an expansion happen inside you. That is the way to put it. Now your $100,000 is your blueprint. The moment you start working towards $250,000, $250,000, you expand as a person. You handle much more bigger things in life. So to answer that question, does the blueprint means yes, in one way what you said is true. That is true. Well, once again, she is asking the question, is enlightenment is the ultimate, is the master blueprint? Is the enlightenment is the master blueprint? See, you can say that, but I want to keep these two separate. Enlightenment science and wealth building separate. I don't want to mix, and it leads to confusion. So I want to keep them separate. Then somebody is asking one more question. Somebody is asking whether I can coach him. No, I am not a trained coach. I am not a certified person. And the person who asked this question, I know him very well. He's a good friend of mine. He's asking me if I can coach him, and I tell you, your coach should be a stranger to you, not a friend. Your friend is different, your coach is different. Don't mix these two. Okay? So I am not a coach, and I will never coach you even if I am certified, because you are my friend. Okay? Because sometimes the coach has to be very tough with you. So that is why pick somebody who is a stranger. So as I said in my earlier video, call a few coaches. You call few coaches and talk to them. Have a discovery session with them. Then ask them if they can help you or not. So I'm not a coach, so I just want to tell. So then one more question is a very good question. Somebody is saying, does this mean that everybody has to become a billionaire? It is not about becoming a billionaire. I am talking about there is an inner power in all of us which we can use to guide our life. Now, whether you like it or not, whether you use it or not, it is already working. What you are today, it is because of this inner guided technology. That's your inner blueprint. If you can work with it, if you can, collaborate with it. If you can collaborate with it, you can guide your life in a much more beautiful way. So it doesn't, see, becoming billionaire is not for everybody. Please don't think that becoming a billionaire is just simple. I was reading the biography of Elon Musk. He is a billionaire, but when he was building Tesla, he used to sleep on the couch for a couple of hours. Then he wakes up. He just needs to rest the body for a couple of hours. Then he gets up, starts working. So that kind of hard work is not for everyone. It does not mean everybody has to become a billionaire, but you can use it if you understand this science of inner blueprint, you can use it the way you want to use it. So it does not mean that it has to, everybody has to become a billionaire. Yeah, I think these are the comments and questions I got. I thought I will quickly answer. There are some more questions have come, but I thought I will quickly answer these things. And other set of questions, I will address those things later. But as I said, once again, I tell you, take this business seriously, take some professional help, and don't delay it. And I tell you, once again, I am telling you, it is much easier than you think. But you need somebody to guide you. Initially, you definitely need somebody to guide you. Take somebody's guidance and work towards it. I tell you, you will make your life much, much beautiful than what it is now. So, thank you and God bless you. Please take care.